Hi, everybody. Welcome to the very first Home Means podcast. I'm Kai Sisson.
And I am Alex Canito. We are so excited to be launching this blog.
I wanted to make sure this was a memorable opening for you people. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah, we're starting this blog, Home Means. Alex is going to tell you about it.
The idea behind this was Kai and I met, and we'll tell you all about that, in a very unique way. And we became friends through our jobs, Kai's current job, my former job. And we really love connecting people and connecting communities. And people would tell us all the time, you two should have a show together, because we would Facebook Live together. And we said, you know what? Let's start a blog, because we love this idea of sharing people's stories with people who they may never get the chance to meet or hear those stories. And Home Means is the perfect platform for us to do this.
That's exactly what this is going to be. And we're going to have a few goals. One of those goals is information. We want you to know about things going on in your community, whether it be the Wing Festival of all, events like that.
The
biggest little Wing Fest. Or if it's a really great way to save money going to a wedding. Things like that. Information that is valuable to you. And through that information, you are connected to other people, other places, other businesses that you wouldn't have known otherwise. So we really hope that Home Means is a great resource for you each and every day, week, or however much we post, which we hope is often, to be more involved and know what your home is like and why it's important and a place that you like living in.
I think what's unique when it comes to both of us, I think we can agree on this, is we are native Nevadans.
True.
And a lot of people that come here are transplants. And I'm from Las Vegas. Kai's from Reno. And I think I saw a lot more of this down in southern Nevada than I do see up here. A lot of people tend to stay here. In Las Vegas, there are a lot of transplants. So when you can say, I'm born and raised in Nevada, that's actually a very rare thing. You don't find a lot of people that are like that. So the fact that we both are from opposite sides of the state, met doing the same job, and now have become friends is kind of cool. And that job was
Let's talk about that job.
A local news reporter.
And we're going to give you an inside, not look because you can't see us, an inside listen into morning television. And I still work at Channel 2 News this morning, Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 7. It's coverage you can count on. There's the plug. But anyway, she used to work at Channel 4.
I used to work at the NBC affiliate, the Fox affiliate as well up here. Did that for 4.5 years. And if we're being honest,
it was hard.
Not as glamorous as you may think. It's fun in the sense that you're doing something you enjoy with people that you enjoy. But the not so easy part about being the morning live shot reporter is the hours. That was probably the most difficult thing for me. Going to work at 3 in the morning and
having to be
sounding coherent, looking awake.
Yes.
There's just so much to it.
Fully functional, highly functional individual at 3 in the morning. You're setting up a live shot, you're writing, you're producing, you're gathering information. You got to be sharp. You got to not stumble. You got to be coherent. It is very difficult. That's the hardest part of the job. But that's what Alex and I did when Alex used to do. And we would meet at live shots together because in the mornings you have a lot of the same stories. And, you have 5, Alex had about 8 or 9 live shots. And in between, the 2-minute live shots, you'd get to know each other. And that's what Alex and I did. And even though it was, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, that's what started this friendship and started this blog idea. The common bond, yeah. And I miss Alex in the mornings. Now it's me and other people.
I know you all do too.
But she now has a normal life, which most people obviously have. That's what makes it normal.
In case you are wondering, if any of you used to watch News 4 Today, I'm one of the public relations coordinators at Argentum Partners. We are a statewide firm. We also have clients outside of Nevada. We do government affairs. We do public relations and marketing. We kind of are a 360 firm, which is really unique, and kind of all bringing it back to Home Means is the public relations firm that I'm working for. It's about community, and it's about helping people. And that's kind of what I tell people now. I still tell stories, and I'm still about connecting people. It's just in a different way than I would in news. Now I'm trying to, maybe it's help specific people. Today, Kai and I sat in Dunk Tank for the Food Bank of Northern Nevada, and even though that wasn't me trying to pitch a client story, I was still there representing Argentum, and that's the idea, is just really getting involved in the community and connecting communities.
Food Bank is a perfect example of what Home Means wants to do. We wanted to bring you to a place that you might not have otherwise checked out, and we wanted to show it to you. We showed you by the way, we're going to link this below in the same podcast, same blog post. But if you want to check out the video, we showed you how today there were kids donating their time, getting a feel for what being a servant, being a volunteer is like. And hopefully, maybe you'll see that and go, oh, I want my 10, 12, 13, whatever year old to go out and try it and see how they like it. And so they can get into that rhythm of volunteerism and giving back. And that's what this blog, we hope, does. Shows you something you wouldn't otherwise see.
I think going back to news and the common bond that we had, what is your favorite part about what you do every morning?
Let's start out with what's not my favorite part, and it'll explain more why I like my favorite part. Not my favorite part is being a regurgitator of facts. I throw up facts sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's stories that are important. I'm not saying they're not important, but just for an example, when it's a snowstorm and there's 5 feet of snow on the ground and it's snowing even more and it's cold, and I'm out there just to tell you it's snowing, which is important, so you know what to wear and know that it's going to take you longer to get to work and all that's good. I'm just telling you it's 5 degrees outside, there's 3 inches of snow on the ground, and it's going to be icy. To me, that's not storytelling, that's reporting, and that's important.
That's not the only thing you're doing. You're gathering sympathy from all the people sitting in their warm homes going, wow, that poor kid out in the cold.
Sometimes, I'm sure this has happened to you too, Alex. They're like, oh, you're the person on the side of the road.
They stick in the snow.
Yeah, they stick in the snow. And so that's not my favorite part about the job. But what my favorite part is the opposite of that, where I'm giving you information that I have collected personally, and I'm giving you an inside look, and I'm giving you a story that it takes creativity and producing and writing. I love to write. And so when I'm able to give a story that impacts someone's life and is very takes a sense of creativity, that's what I like. An example, I did a story on water fitness through the city of Reno at a city pool. There is a program that helps seniors with joint pain, arthritis, other sorts of aches, and it gets them in the pool 3 times a week. We got so many phone calls about that story, and the reason it's memorable is because in news, Alex knows, you get way more complainers than compliments. Mm-hmm. So when you get a compliment, you remember it. And we got several phone calls asking, how do I join water fitness? How do I get involved in this? Because I have joint pain, I have arthritis. And why it's so memorable for me personally is because my grandfather has rheumatoid arthritis, and he started doing water fitness and has a better quality of life now because of water fitness. And so that's the types of stories that I like to tell, not necessarily the regurgitation of facts, but the important ones that impact people's lives.
See, the reason I got into news, I was 8 years old, and I was watching the local news down in Las Vegas, and my father, who's a police officer, did an interview, and the reporter changed up what he said to make it sound like he meant one thing when he really meant another. Oh. So at 8 years old, I got my first lesson in ethical news telling. And I said, I'm going to be like George Knapp, who was on Channel 13's investigative reporter. He led that team. I said, I'm going to be like George Knapp, and I'm going to tell the facts. And it kind of stuck with me. And ever since, that's what I've been doing. Was doing with news. And that was really the passion behind that. And so I liked this idea of telling the people not what they want to hear, but what the truth is. And I think a lot, especially today, #fake news, and the media gets a lot of flack because there are a lot of journalists that push their agenda and they want you to know what they think.
Absolutely.
But that's not ever why I got into news. And I know that's not why you got into news. Some people do it for the fame. But for me, it was really about the facts and telling people stories. And the more I was in news, I learned there are some pretty stinking cool people in our community, and their stories are incredible. And what's really unique about it is we serve as a unified platform to let people know about other people, could be their neighbor, that they maybe would never have met or had the chance of hearing what they had to say if they weren't watching the news. And going back to that, again, common platform, which is what we hope to do here with Home Means. Kai had the water fitness story For me, it was, I've always wanted to be an advocate for the deaf community, and I wanted to learn American Sign Language when I got to college. Took a few classes, was able to do it as my foreign language, but they don't offer it as a minor, and that's not unique to the University of Nevada. That is across the state. Now in Henderson, the college down there, they do have a studies in deaf studies. They offer the program. No. Not a full where you can, they offer programs. So like at TMCC, you can go there and take your sign language courses, and enough to, if you wanted to maybe become an interpreter. But take the Western Nevada College, for example. You can only get to a certain point. And Cindy Frank, she is the tenure professor over there at Western Nevada College leading the Deaf Studies program. She has just done so many incredible things for this state and really trying to push deaf rights and helping especially children, which inspired quite a few of the stories I did at News 4, and it's inspired me to want to start a nonprofit that I'm working on. And so this community is so unique. The people in this community are so unique, but it's not just here in Nevada, our community, that is different. It's all over the country and all over the world. And so we are asking you, everyone listening in, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your communities. Tell us, what does home mean to you? Is it your grandmother's apple pie? Or, is it getting out and exploring the great outdoors? Is it going and watching your kids playing baseball on a Friday night? Like, what does home mean to you? And why is your community so important? Because those are the stories that we want to share, and that's the way that we really want to connect people through this.
Moving forward, a couple ideas we're working on are things that are practical, like how to go to a wedding and be a bridesmaid, right?
Kai and I, funny enough, are in two separate weddings the same exact weekend, and I was telling him about the expenses of being in a wedding. I've never been in a friend's wedding before. Kai's been in one. And I said, I think a blog post on how to be a bridesmaid on a budget would be so fun. He goes, I'm a groomsman. When's your wedding? And I said, it's this weekend. So we are going to do a joint blog post that we're putting right here on Home Means. How to be in a wedding on a budget, breaking it down for guys and for girls. Maybe where we did cut corners, where we wish we could have, things we wish we would have known. Maybe stuff we'll do moving forward for any other future weddings that we're in. So it's kind of fun, personal stuff like that.
Yep, so that's going to be a good one. That'll be something like that. There's practical things we want to post to this blog, but then there's also like events. We plan on doing things today. We were at the Food Bank of Northern Nevada doing a thing on helping. Shields did an all ages event, so kids can come in and volunteer and be a part of volunteerism and learn what it's like to give back to your community. And Alex and I were on the dunk tank, so we got to the kids got to throw balls and have us dunked, and they loved it. It was fun. But the point was that they were there, seeing what it was like, seeing how so many people in Nevada get fed through the food bank, and we are hoping to bring you there and make it a part of content that you see and might impact you. So.
With that said, if you guys want to email us, if you want to write in on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, comment on this blog, make sure you are subscribed everywhere. Make sure you are following us across all platforms, because really the whole point of this blog is about you. Our listeners, our viewers. We want to hear from you and tell your story. So please write in. We would love to hear from you. Give us some more content, because I have a feeling you might get bored hearing about all of our little personal blog posts eventually. So make sure you give us some awesome content. No idea is a bad idea. We really want to hear about anything and everything.
That's right. Well, we'll see you / talk to you next time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.